Now, we've had lots of discussions in the past about the Final Fantasy series and how I've never been able to get past the combat in a lot of the games to engage in the story. Type 0 HD for me signaled a change that they understood that there is the potential to do other types of combat, other types of systems in their games and incorporate that. My impressions of Final Fantasy 15 seems to be that they've picked that up and run with it for the mainline series, which is a big turn of events.
Yeah, now like after 10 years of development, and I can't believe we're sitting here talking about this now, it's been so long. With Final Fantasy 15, it's really kind of really fulfilling that vision of what Final Fantasy should have been. Like, you know, consoles are becoming far more powerful now, and they're finally fulfilling that vision. Final Fantasy 15, for all intents and purposes, fulfills a lot of Western sensibilities, like open world environments, traversal, and combat, which we're seeing a lot of that bleeding over in Japanese development.
Plus, there seems to be a lot of Western visual cues in this. You're driving around a countryside. You know, you've got the big car, you've got the petrol. Like, it's Pretty Boy Road Trip, but it's going for that kind of, I don't want to say 50s Americana, but it's going for that very Americana road trip vibe.
How about we go the Japanese Wonder Years?
Yes.
All the way down to
What would you do if
Yes. And also using Stand By Me as well. It's just, it's truly the true embodiment of like that road trip, and you've got a lot of the Japanese hillbillies, everyone in Kansai dialect, talking to each other. It's really great. The world setting and the world building as well, and this is fantastic. A lot of the characters, the main characters, Noctis, Prompto, Ignis, and Gladiolus, all interact with the environment so well, to the point where Prompto actually goes around taking pictures.
And it seems to be that, you know, in spite of, you know, the changes they made to the combat, which now have that more Vesperia live action, you know,
Dragon's Dogma,
yeah, fair call, yeah. That kind of feel to it. It really is about the Pretty Boy Road Trip, and it nails that idea that it's about Noctis experiencing his teenage years, going through all these different things.
That unity, brotherhood.
And I think, like, as hokey and as like fucking stupid and esoteric as that sounds, it's really an intriguing way to do the game.
Yeah, it's very campy, and the Warriors of Light kind of trope has gone so far with Final Fantasy, and they're doing a bit of a different spin on it. I know there are some issues with I guess when it comes to traversal, like the Japanese, in terms of Japanese development. With Final Fantasy 15, open world traversal still has a long way to go. It can be very annoying at times.
David Cage's Road Trip.
Like there are times where you're driving around in car and you constantly get interrupted by very powerful enemies. So it gets a little bit annoying at times. Plus the story isn't as cohesive as you'd think. 10 years in development, being part of the Fabula Nova Chrysalis series, you'd think they'd be conveying this narrative a lot better. But fortunately there are some issues where they just slap in a couple of videos without any sort of exposition whatsoever.
I guess the screen at the start says a Square game for fans and first timers. Is that an accurate statement? Do you think that first timers can come to this, and do you think that fans can embrace it as well?
I think, like in terms of casual audiences of like jumping into Final Fantasy, that is also very true. But it also provides something new for some of the old time veterans as well. Like, you know, this is jumping into action RPG territory like Kingdom Hearts, and I would say that Final Fantasy 15 is definitely a game for everyone, for better or for worse.